It changed everything. So I think having been in this industry over 25 years, go back even just a handful of years and we were watching all of the traffic hit our websites, and we were looking at the data and the numbers from our ILSs, and we were looking at what it was costing to do these things. And I remember being over marketing and telling my marketing team, hey, we need a call to action out on that website so that the numbers we're seeing hit there, they want to call us. And so our call of action, or the banners, or the whatever the newest thing was out on your website, need to be so strong, because we have no way to really engage or meet the customer where they're finding us. And if we could just capture them and engage and start talking to them in the places where they're finding us, wow, what a world that would be. And so I think as it relates to this question, the world of these marketing technologies really opened that up and made that possible, so that we could really meet our customers where they were finding us. And I think you have to go back even one step further, which is there was now so much more volume of that happening, because technology was so much smarter, and the way we were sourcing and where we were going and where we are going to find our leads and open up channels and make it easier for them to find us was creating a volume that our properties and our single site staffs really just couldn't handle on their own. So I know David will share the same with you as well. One of the greatest challenges, but also one of the tremendous victories in this space, has been we can meet our customers now where they're finding us and engage, but we also can handle the volume if we're smart about the technologies we select, and that all just equals better results in the end. So I think I answered that question, and then some specific examples of that. Was that part of my question?
Yeah, if you have some specific examples you want to share.
Yeah, sure. So, some of the things we really, really love, a specific example that is turning maybe not a great situation into a really positive outcome was we had a specific property in Charleston right at the onset of the pandemic, who unfortunately that whole team had to be quarantined and went down, and it left one person who came over from a sister property to kind of man the helm, and that was a community of about probably 400 apartment homes. And because we had some smart technologies and these marketing technologies, I will tell you, in that 1 month they leased 38 apartments, and 36 of those were done without ever really talking to any human in the office. So I think if you make smart selections that really are good ones that engage well and really nurture the prospect through the process, you can find some really, really great results. But they did change everything, and I think back to it, as great as that is, your people didn't change, right? And so one of the greatest challenges in this space is also we had to change our people. We had to change the way they thought. We also changed a little bit of who we hired. And as we looked for, in our turnover that is normal in our industry, we looked for a different mindset or an enhanced mindset that would embrace this technology. So I think the ways we lease also have completely changed, and there are multiple channels now. You don't just go to a site and meet with a person and do an in-person tour. So, and I know we'll get into that a little bit later.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, we're going to continue our way down that funnel. But just before we do, sticking to the top of the funnel, you mentioned volume of leads. And obviously it's become easier now with some of the marketing enabled technology and what's built even just into your standard property management software to be everywhere, to be on every marketing channel. So David, I'll kick this question over to you. What do you guys find, and maybe this is a bit of a controversial question, what do you guys find is the most effective source of leads that you guys have? Go for it.
I think this kind of dovetails very nicely with what Becca found when people started hitting websites 5 years ago, and websites became a bigger, more prominent source of leads. Anybody from ILS here is not going to like to hear this, but they're sort of like in a very antiquated billboard on the internet kind of situation, and the biggest source of leads is Google. people just start searching for apartments. They search certain keywords and certain things in locations or near their jobs, and it's kind of us to do a lot of A/B testing to try and get out there and figure out how to just get them in the very top of the funnel. And that's how we kind of plan our budgets. It's just like, all right, what's our cost per lead just to get to the next situation? And that's how we spend our budgets. And then we internalize a lot of marketing, digital marketing functions ourselves, because we could be a lot closer to that information and data and really posting a lot of those ads, whether they're, on Google or, to a certain extent when Facebook was better, when they didn't take away all the back end data and information. Right now, a lot of that's just more branding kind of situation. But ultimately, it's Google. And then the next piece is just now you have 1,000, leads a minute in there. How do you filter all that? And I think the challenge was, how do I make it personal so that they feel like they're coming in and find them in the way that they want to communicate with us? I had this grand plan of like omni-channel communication. If somebody wants to chat in WeChat, we can do that. We're not there yet. But getting to a CRM that could handle a one-to-one communication and track that didn't really exist well until about 3 or 4 years ago. And we moved to Knock because of that. We had some challenges in our legacy systems, and they've been kind of innovative in creating that one-to-one channel. And I'll tell you that, my goal and inspiration for getting to that next piece is to get all of on-site people out of email so that it truly becomes a one-to-one channel. And then once you layer in that one-to-one channel, now you can layer in things like AI, machine learning to respond, whether that's to voice, call, or email, and really start to drive that one-to-one channel, record it, and now you have this nice backlog that then you can hand off to basically your account executive on site. And now you've created this nice funnel all the way through with clean data that you can really audit in a singular place. And you're not sifting through emails to see who responded to who or where they are in the whole sales channel.